What's up, my Leos? Adrian Nelson here. I hope that you're doing amazing. Leo, I want to start off by apologizing that I haven't had a reading for you last week. Last week was great. It was crazy, and I don't like to do readings for you when I'm in such a crazy space. Sorry for moving your camera around. So we're going to grab a look at your 2022 reading, Leo. And it's a love reading because, I mean, everybody wants love. So it's a general reading. Please take it as it resonates. So we're first going to do an overall reading for you for the year of 2022. And then we're going to look at all the different months, January all the way through to December. We're going to look at some things that you want to look out for and end of your reading with the oracle card. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots to get through. So let's get started right away, Leo. Let's get started right away for you and see what it is that we got for Leo for 2022 for love. Welcome to my channel. I'm Adrian Nelson of AHNGreatLife.com. Everything that you want to know about me is down below in the description box. Maybe let's use a different cards for choosing. Let's use these. All right, let's use the Light Seers Tarot for choosing and then see where we go from there. Remember, I also do weekly readings. So if you subscribe to the channel, you get those weekly readings. You can look into the details. So this is almost like the major arcana, which is the bigger messages, and then the weeklies are the minor arcana. For those of you that are actually interested in learning to read the tarot, there's a link for my step-by-step tarot reading course in the description. Ah, look at that. Did you guys see that flying around? So what do we have? We've got the King of Cups. We have got the Nine of Cups. That Nine of Cups was very prominent in that same position, even though it was a different deck, for Cancer as well. And then we've got the Ten of Cups. And I think for Cancer, oh, look at that, the world's at the bottom. Ends and new beginnings. For Cancer, I used a good tarot. So let me just draw like one or two cards for you from this deck as well, Leo, just to see, since there are those that similarity in energy. Because what happened with Cancer, maybe you're dealing with a Cancer, or maybe you've got strong Cancer in your chart. Because with Cancer, and I mustn't forget this wrong, it's a different card there for Cancer, but they had the Nine of Cups, and then they actually had the King of Cups like this. Sorry. So you might be dealing with a Cancer that's maybe your twin flame, your counterpart. That's it's possible. And, if that's a possibility, then maybe you want to go and have a look at that Cancer reading as well. So two cards that came out here. We have got the Ace of Earth, the Messenger. Those actually came out in reverse, but in this deck we don't read the cards in reverse. All right. And also the Eight of Air. All right. So when I look at this, let's put it over here like this so it looks all nicely balanced. Leo, when I look at this, first of all, this is a space of fulfillment. So first of all, for many of you, you are either already in a beautiful connection, or whatever the case is, things are flowing quite, downwards, downhill quite fluently for you. Could be dealing here with somebody that has got the same sort of emotions than you, so basically going both ways, especially there with that Ace of Earth, that Ace of Pentacles over there. This could possibly be one of those chance meetings, chance, so to speak, in inverted commas. Or this could be somebody that you sort of met in a chance sort of way. And then here with this Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups, there's good tidings basically coming here for you, okay? And here with 10 of Cups and 8 of Air, which is 8 of Swords, this is really quite cool because this connection it's one of those that is beautiful, it's divine, it is fated, it's all of those things, but it's not without its problems, okay? It's not without these challenges, and you may be dealing with somebody, or it could be you as well, the roles could be reversed, but you could be dealing here with somebody that maybe has got a little bit of difficulty when it comes to trust, or I wouldn't necessarily say commitment. I would more say trust, as well as there could be self-sabotage in the space over here, okay? Where maybe you or the other person, you find that beautiful person that you want to be with, you find that beautiful connection that you want to be with, but then, sometimes when fear starts to kick in, as human beings, we can start doing incredibly stupid things, and maybe that's where the bit of, third-party vibes coming in. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing for the positive. Things are flowing in a very positive direction. I think 2022, even though there's a lot of sort of like naysayers, I see a lot of good things coming out. Okay, so let's look at that Ace of Earth and that King of Cups. First, we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. So Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and King of Pentacles. All right. Little bit of another the reason why I'm sorry, but I'm actually thinking if this wasn't, there was something very strongly like this in Cancer as well. So that could maybe explain why there might be challenges over here, because maybe you're dealing with a Cancer, got strong Cancer in your chart, or it could also be that there might just be a person in close proximity with this connection with a lot of water energy as well. So it doesn't have to be Cancer necessarily, but there's a lot of water energy over here. There's a lot of, if you look at this King of Cups with this King of Pentacles, there's a lot of this sort of the inner versus the outer sort of thing, okay? So there is that sort of emotional conflict, I can almost call it. Let's see what we've got here for this Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Water and the Nine of Cups. And sometimes knights come with a little bit of a warning, don't get too entangled in the details. Yeah. Yep. So, King of Cups, Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. All right. There's overthinking here. There's overthinking. There's plans being made. I have to be honest with you, and I'm a Cancerian myself. This is a very Cancer way of going about things sometimes. So you might be dealing with somebody that's a little bit flighty. Could be another water sign as well. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, even if it is Aquarius, because Aquarius will never admit to this, but Aquarius can be flighty. And the way that Aquarius will be flighty is that they will find something logical in their mind, to not to stay. They'll be like, I need to honor myself, I need to praise myself, I need to value myself. It's just a different way of running, all right? They just sort of more... Aquarius is just sort of more like refined about running as opposed to Cancer, But same thing. But this is a good connection, but there's overthinking, there's fear in this connection. You might be dealing with someone that that might still be having some challenges. Again, there is that strong opposition that we are there with King of Cups and King of Pentacles. Messenger is, it's Knight, so Knights of Water, very emotional, and Knights of Pentacles. There might be concerns with money over here in this connection as well, where maybe sort of one person has it and one person doesn't necessarily have it that much. And it could sort of, be causing a little bit of emotional yo-yo over there. Let's look at this Eight of Air, this Eight of Swords with this Ten of Cups, because this is such a good connection. But somebody's afraid. Somebody's scared here. Okay? I don't really feel that it's you. It could be, but I don't feel that it's you. You might be dealing with someone that is just, maybe they've been burned before. Maybe they had something going with you. Maybe you took very long to commit to them. But one way or the other, you might be dealing with someone that has a little bit of a feel here of it's too good to be true. Remember, that's just the overall feel. We're going to look at the months now. The Lovers, Gemini energy, Eight of Wands, and King of Wands. So there's love here. Oh, this is nice. This person that you are dealing with, they could be a little bit erratic, maybe even fast talking, maybe, or fast acting, maybe. Instead of using the words, they might sort of use art or something like that, as an outing for how they feel. But I feel that, and this is, I'm going to strongly recommend to you as well, Leo. I see you having patience with this person, and it's the patience that you are having that is actually taking this connection to that next level. So if you're dealing with someone that's a little bit more sensitive, instead of just saying, oh, just put a sock in it, don't be so sensitive about it. When you have a bit more patience with it. Doesn't mean that you put up with their nonsense, but when you've got some patience with it, that is really how there's that beautiful connection there with love that just flows. All right. So a little bit of initial concern over there, but let's see what we've got for you for the 12 months. Okay. Let me just see which deck will I use. Let's use the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, because there's some serious business going on here. And you know what? Leo? Sometimes, it's better to actually deal with someone that needs some time to sort of fully accept a connection within their heart, as opposed to seeing and saying, oh, yes, they're the one. Because they might be thinking with just their feelings, but not so much with their mind. And then when that mind starts to kick in, that is when that flightiness kicks in. Okay, so again, be patient with this person. Okay, so we're going to grab for the 12 different months. Okay, January, February, March, let's leave this in reverse. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December one's 2, so we're going to give 2 for December. Let's just put them together like that so I don't forget. So starting off there in January, the devil. You're dealing with someone that's really coming into their own in life. You might be dealing with again, I've been seeing this pattern in Cancer. You're dealing with someone that it's almost like they're getting to see how in some ways they are sort of sabotaging their own life. So, and I feel for you also there during January, Leo, there's real strong contemplation going on here. If you're with someone, it's going to be a space of, do I stay with them or do I let them go? Okay. Do I want to be with this? I feel that for many of you, and I have to be honest with what I get, for many of you, January is a time of stepping away. January is a time of cutting ties, loose ties, saying, you know what? I don't really think this is what I want. That sort of thing. Some of you may have stayed in connections or sort of been living under somebody else's thumb, almost like by the idea of what you were supposed to do. Come to February, there's a space of, well, what do I want to do? So you're sort of getting very clear, sort of like ground that you're standing on in January for what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. In February, I see you get into that space of, well, do I give this a second chance or do I step away? All right. And I feel that for many of you, when coming to March, for the first time in a long time, you're actually getting to see things in real clarity, because you may have, and this is difficult because this is one of those spaces where there might be real love, but you sort of like, is it actually still what I want, or is it still love all the way through? All right. Some of you in March might also start, there might be sudden changes here, leaving a situation behind, deciding maybe to either not leave a person or to not be single anymore. Some of you are moving after love, after a person, and not running after them, but sort of making the change for a connection. Some of you are making big changes here for the sake of love in March. In April, oh my goodness, April, this is you bringing out the bubbly, bringing out the flowers, bringing out, making that good meal, whatever it is. Whoever you're dealing with there in April, there is one lucky person, okay? During the month of May, oh, come on, Leo. So there is almost like giving. And then there's a different sort of giving that starts to happen there in May, which is a more intellectual sort of giving, which is quite nice. I feel that some of you want to be careful of that. There's a space here of almost like beginning to put people through little tests over here, to see if they can really deal with you when you are at your worst. And you want to be careful of that because that is how a person gets their fingers burned sometimes. In June, it seems like you're leaving that silliness behind. June, there's a little bit of a break space there for you. In June, there's a little bit of a breakthrough there. That's really, really nice. Could be starting a business together with your person, or maybe you're just going to a great sense of success. Some of you are going on a holiday there in the month of June. July, Pom 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 pom. July is the turning point month. There's love, there's marriage, there's commitment, there's possible conception of life, or maybe the birth of a beautiful one of yours. July is a real game changer for you, Leos. Okay, August. Little bit of difficulty there initially dealing with the new changes. So July, very excited. August, you could have overextended yourself a little bit, previously, maybe starting there in June, because previously there, with May, where some of you have gone a little bit, far out, you could be trying to make up and you could be taking that a little bit far, where you might almost feel like you're losing control of plans, okay? What are we now? August, September, new beginnings, beautiful, new starts, forgiveness. So some of you are getting your fingers a little bit burned. There's a lot happening in the middle of the year for you, okay? October, oh my goodness, look at this. Getting all your priorities straight and things working out so much better than you possibly imagined. For those of you that maybe want to be with someone you'd like to share a home, share a life, share all that beautiful divine connection that really is amazing, where you get more than you basically bargained for. October's your month. November, beginning to accept it all in your heart, because some of you still had to overcome a situation that you weren't aware of, and that's happening in November. Now let's see, what are these two cards that I wanted to let you know about in December? And now I see why you've got two cards. You've got the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Cups. There is a little bit of a space here that I feel that for some of you there's a little bit of a break in the connection here. Maybe beginning in November, because that's why you are being reminded. In October, you're getting so much, everything's working out. Some of you are growing a little bit suspicious, and you're getting towards December, and you might say, I don't really know if I want to do this. That is when your person is really coming through and really shining through. You're dealing with a person who's got beautiful, beautiful, beautiful integrity. Okay, let's see some things that you might want to look out for. Any things that you might want to look out for, Leo? And if any of those resonate for you for the months, then, do comment with the month that resonates for you. For Leo, please. Let's get you 3 or 4 cards. Anything Leo needs to look out for, anything Leo needs to be aware of when it comes to love for 2022. What is it that Leo must know? What is it Leo must be aware of here? So you got the Empress, the Six of Wands, and the Fool. So definite abundance here, definite success here, definite new beginnings here. Little bit of a tricky start, little bit of a slow start to things, but when things start rolling, they start rolling. You might be dealing with someone that is not just going to jump headline and sink in, to the connection. Let's see what we've got for you, ending off with an oracle card. Let's use a Moonology card. And if all of that resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Hit the notification bell. If you want to have a personal reading, if you want to have regression, hypnosis, any of those other things, do check out the description box below. All of that information is there. Full moon, eclipse. This is quite a magical stage, by the way. Conclusions are within reach. So as we said, now a little bit of a wonky bonky there in the beginning, but you're definitely getting to work this out. It's almost like love is lurking at you and looking at you from behind the curtain, waiting to step into your life. Really, really is. You might be dealing here with someone that already would like to be with you, or would like to take things to that next level with you. And for many of you, I feel, funny enough, that this next level is not necessarily that you go to that next level of marriage, but maybe where you deal with someone that comes to the point of okay, so you don't really want that. You want something different. And that is actually what's happening here for you, which is really, really fantastic. Okay, so I hope that helps. See you next week. Bye, Leos.